This is a Fonzie Studio podcast. Welcome to Tales from the First Nations. I'm Jay Idle, and every week I'll share with you a tale and ancient wisdom of the native tribes of North America. I'll be joined by my cats, Dawa and Fonzie, who will undoubtedly make their presence known at some point, so I might as well just list them as co-hosts. We hope you'll enjoy the tales and wisdom, raise your vibration, and enrich your life with us every week. Welcome, friends. Welcome to the 42nd episode of Tales from the First Nations. I'm your host, Jay Idle. I really appreciate all of you who've been listening to the podcast and enjoying it. If you do enjoy it, please give us a like and a review. That would make me, Dawa, and Fonzie, all three of us, very, very happy. It'll also help grow the podcast and get it into the ears of people who might enjoy it or benefit from it. You can also feel free to reach out to us. There's contact information in the podcast notes, and I'd love to hear from you. talesfromthefirstnations@gmail.com. If there's a topic you would like to hear about, I would be happy to share it with you. So today, I was looking through some really great stories that I have lined up and thought maybe today is the day we could spotlight the Coyote. Now, the Coyote has a rather spotty past in stories from our ancient North American ancestors. If you look at the Nez Perce and Navajo traditions, you find that the Coyote helped shape the world, brought fire to the humans, and defeated monsters that were threatening the people. In the Modoc and Shasta tribes, a coyote is sometimes immortal and carries the sun across the sky, which symbolizes renewal and cosmic order. In Apache tales, Coyote steals fire from the birds to share with other animals, which is a very selfless act, and it benefits everyone. In Pawnee traditions, he plays a key role in rescuing a girl from danger, although he did kind of cause the trouble in the first place, so I don't know if you get credit for fixing a problem that you created, but, it's up for debate. Now, on the other end, though, in addition to all these wonderful things, sometimes not such a great guy. He does usually, though, in the end, teach us something valuable, even if it's through his mistakes or his trickery or his wisdom. Well, today I wanted to spotlight two stories in which he is good and helpful to us. It isn't often that we get to pat Coyote on the back, so today we are gonna do it. For our first tale, it comes from the Kalapuya tribe. I hope I got that right. It isn't a tribe that we've been able to spotlight yet, so I thought it's a good time to shine some light on them. They originate in areas of western Oregon and speak three main dialects. Currently, they're part of the Confederated Tribes of the Grand Ronde and Confederated Tribes of the Siletz Indians. Also, I hope I pronounced those right. So, let's begin today with looking at their fable of Coyote takes water from the frog people. Coyote was out hunting, and he found a dead deer. One of the deer's rib bones looked like a really big shell. So Coyote picked it up and took it with him. He went to see the frog people, because the frog people had all the water. When anyone wanted any water to drink, or to cook with, or to wash, they had to go and get it from the frog people. Coyote came up and said, "Hey, frog people, I have a big shell. I want a big drink of water. I want to drink for a long time." "Give us that shell," said the frog people, "and you can drink all you want." Coyote gave them the shell and began to drink. The water was behind a large dam where Coyote drank. "I'm going to keep my head down for a long time," said Coyote, "because I'm really thirsty. Don't worry about me." "Okay, we won't worry," said the frog people. Coyote began drinking. He drank for a long time. Finally, one of the frog people said, "Hey, Coyote, you sure are drinking a lot of water there. What are you doing that for?" Coyote brought his head out of the water. I'm thirsty. Oh. After a while, one of the frog people said, Coyote, you are sure drinking a lot. Maybe you better give us another shell. Just let me finish this drink, said Coyote, putting its head back under the water. The frog people wondered how a person could drink so much water. They didn't like this. They thought Coyote might be doing something. Coyote was digging out under the dam all the time that he had his head underwater. When he was finished, he stood up and said, That was a good drink. That was just what I needed. Then the dam collapsed, and the water went out into the valley and made the creeks and rivers and waterfalls. The frog people were very angry. You've taken all of the water, Coyote. It's not right that one people have all of the water. Now it is where everyone can have it. Coyote did that. Now anyone can go down to the river and get a drink of water or some water to cook with, or just swim around. As the beavers taught us last week, sun and water mean life. Sun begets life, and water makes it grow. It was wise and kind of Coyote to share this life-giving liquid with the world. I have a second story for us today that's also about the coyote being benevolent. This story comes from the Chiricahua Apache. I hope I got that right. I practiced that one a long time. Their traditional territory spanned through southeastern Arizona, southwestern New Mexico, and parts of Sonora and Chihuahua in Mexico. I have a friend from Chihuahua in Mexico. That's great. Today I'm excited to share their story with you. Coyote steals fire from the birds. In the beginning, no one but the birds had fire. No others had it. No fire was allowed to any of them. And these birds had a fire in one big place only, on a big bluff, a round bluff, I guess. Coyote was running from over this way, running around. He came to the place where the children of these birds were shooting arrows, and he began to play with those boys up on the side of the mountain where the bluff was, shooting arrows. He won all the arrows from those little boys. He asked these children, Do you boys know the path that leads over the bluff? I know it. There's a place to go right over the bluff. I know where to go up. He didn't actually know, but he wanted the boys to tell him. He just said this to get one of them to tell him so he could steal the fire. The boys told him, Our parents told us not to let anybody know where the path is. Well, he said, I'll give half of these arrows to any boy who can tell me the way to get over the bluff. But those children said, No, our parents told us not to tell anybody. He then said, I'll give all the arrows to anyone who can tell me where you go up on the bluff. Then the youngest boy there told him, I know what to do and what to say to get over that bluff. You see that pinyon tree just on the edge of that bluff? You tell the pinyon tree to bend down over you, and then it goes up with you, and you get up on the bluff. Instead of giving that little boy all the arrows, Coyote gave him half of them and started for that tree. He wanted to be sure of it, and he went to that bluff over there and told the tree to bend down. It bent down 4 times, and then he was sure of it. Then he was certain he could go up on that pinyon. And he went down to those birds where the big bluff was, and he made an announcement to those people. He said, Around this country they have killed all your enemies. They have told me to come down and tell you to have a big celebration tonight. And they listened closely to him and said, All right. So when night came, they all gathered together, and they made the 4 big rings round the fire of different classes of birds. Then Coyote went away and pulled the bark off the juniper tree, the softest part, and he tied it under his tail so he could catch the fire with it. Then they began to have the dance. Coyote got right in the middle, close to the fire, and he was dancing there by the fire all by himself. Every now and then, he stuck his tail in the fire while they were having a good time. One of the birds told him, "Old man, you're going to burn your tail." And every time he put his tail in the fire, he looked back to see if it had caught fire. They said to him again, "Old man, you're going to burn your tail." And he answered, "Let it burn," he said. "I feel so happy because all our enemies have been killed. I feel so happy. That's why I act this way." But some of the birds suspected him. They said, "Friends, he's trying to get away with our fire." And the Coyote said, "I am so happy. It's my way. I'm celebrating." Then he stuck his tail in the fire and held it there a long time and looked to see if the fire had caught on the brush that he had there. Then he jumped over these 4 lines around him. His tail was on fire, and he ran with that fire. He dashed for that bluff where the pinyon tree was, and he set fire to objects all over the country where they traveled. Some of those birds were hard at work trying to put out that fire, but others began to chase him. But while the fire was raging, the wind began to blow and the fire spread everywhere. They couldn't put out the fire. Then they begged either Wasp or Hawk, I forget which one, to make it rain. And so it started to rain very hard. The rain was putting out all of the fire. But the Coyote still had some fire burning on his tail. And he gave the fire to Bumblebee in a hole in a tree somewhere. And Bumblebee kept that fire in a hollow tree, kept it out of the rain. That's how they got fire, they say. And the people used to say, under the Coyote's tail, it is scorched yellow. They say that is what caused it. And there is black on the end of Coyote's tail where it was burned. The need to share and not hoard the gifts intended for everyone is kind of a running theme in our stories. The ancient North American tribes knew this, and they lived their lives this way. I hope for all of us in the modern era that we too can live our lives this way. It's with respect and gratitude that I offer you my blessings and my thanks for sharing my journey and your time on this podcast. I wish you well, and I look forward to sharing another story with you next week. Go in peace, return in peace, and may you be well. Our first story of Coyote Takes Water from the Frog People was told by Barry Lopez in 1977 and comes from the now-defunct PyramidMesa.com. Our second story, Coyote Steals Fire from the Birds, comes from Myths and Tales of the Chiricahua Apache Indians by Morris Edward Opler, republished by Bison Books in 1994. I am certain that I mispronounced a lot of words there. The name of the Apache tribe and probably also Morris Edwards' name. I apologize for that. For more great stories and legends, check out the Jaguar Bird channel on YouTube. There's a lot of wonderful content there. And of course, you can catch me here next week for another story on Tales from the First Nations. I'm Jay Idle, and I will talk to you next time. The music for our theme has been provided by my dear friend Scott Brocklesby, and our podcast Image of the Moon was provided by Mark Lawton. And the shrieking and screaming of cats in the background at the midpoint of this episode was my friend Dawa saying hello. We'll see you next time. All right, that's it. How'd we do, Dawa? Phones? Excellent. Then I'll share it.